Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire, you know the drill. It's always great to be in the empire today and seeing you guys yet again for what I like to say is an exciting video. When is it not exciting around here on the biggest and deadliest Star Destroyer? Since it's a little bit of a quiet day here in Galaxy of Heroes land, what I wanted to do today was give you a little bit of a 2-ish months tour of our brand new account that we started up for 2021. I've had a lot of fun this year of Galaxy Heroes, but I've said this consistently. One of my favorite things that I've done so far this year is doing our free-to-play new player series yet again for 2020. With these expedited farming changes, holy cow, we are on track to getting 5 legendaries in the first few months of playing. And in case you are one of those new players out there, just to let you guys know, firstly, card in the top right-hand corner, if you want the link to our free-to-play new player playlist for 2021, it is extremely amazing seeing how you guys have been enjoying the series out here. We put out our farming guide and a lot of other new player things today. And also, come to our live streams. Towards the end of our live streams, more or less, we like to do a free-to-play segment for our new players out there. So there's a lot of content we're doing out there for new players nowadays. But I figured let's take a little bit of a break and kind of show you a bit more in a video what has happened in the past 2 or so months. It's about 2 weeks, 2.5 months since we started up this free-to-play account here, and we're at 350,000 GP. So with this 350,000 GP, I want to give you a little roster review where we are right now, and then I'm going to show you what legendaries I unlocked, what am I currently farming, and I also want to talk about something incredibly important to re-emphasize. If you are a new player, or I guess this applies to everyone, we need to talk about why shifts is so important. You are going to see a night and day difference, and you hopefully will be sold on why shifts is incredibly important in this game. And towards the end, we are going to unlock our 4th legendary character today, that being Grand Master Yoda. So we have a lot in store today, so hit that like button, sit down, grab a cup of Java Juice, and let's discuss what has happened in the past 2.5 months. So again, if you want to know what I'm farming, check out the farming guide that I made last month. It's going to line up exactly what I'm farming with the characters in what order and with ships. And so far, these first 2 months, it's actually crazy to see. We got 2 teams put together in a matter of 2 months, where before these expedited farming changes to double shard drops, it would take forever. So obviously we started off with our Phoenix faction, and I get this question during my live streams a lot. Why have I stopped progressing the Phoenix faction? Well, there's a little bit of a discussion to be had there. I'm not quite done with them just yet. I'm just kind of waiting. I need to get into the level 80s to finally start applying Omega Mats. But with the Phoenix, as we've discussed, you really only want to level them up to the point where you get Grand Admiral Thrawn to 7 stars. And really, you don't need a lot. We're going to be leaving our Phoenix mostly around gear level 8, but we are going to take Ezra Bridger up to gear 10. I got to wait to hit level 79 to throw on this piece, and then we'll have him at gear 10. Ezra can do a lot of carrying himself. However, we need to make sure we get some Omegas. Right now, it's kind of difficult to do the Thrawn event without the Omegas, and the Omegas I really have my eyes peeled for, as I want to get maintenance protocol right here on Chopper. I think that's one of the more core Omegas they have on this team right here. And then I'm also considering applying the Omega on Hera Syndulla's lead right here, so we can get the turn meter gain doubled for allies with less than full health. This is more or less how I unlocked Grand Admiral Thrawn back in 2017 at 7 stars. I just had a decent Ezra, and the rest are a mixture of gear 8, 7s, and I think we may have had a gear 9 sometime around that point, and that got the job done for me. After that, you really don't want to take the Phoenix any further unless maybe they were needed for another legendary or they got a rework. They're not really all that hot of a topic. And then, of course, because Supreme Leader Combat is the focus of our free-to-play farming guide for 2021, man, the first order farm, it's going so fast. Again, 2.5 months, and I basically have almost all of the first order, the 7 stars right now. Of course, the first order Stormtrooper and TIE Pilot are the hard node farms. It didn't even feel like a hard node farm. It went by so quickly. Hux and Sith Trooper closing in on 6 stars here, and we're just waiting to get Veteran Smuggler Han Solo 7 stars and first order Execution. I'll explain why we haven't farmed them just yet. Spoiler, we got to make sure we get some of our ships the 7 stars, but man, it was so fast to get these characters up and running. Now, of course, one of the biggest problems is gear, especially, we've talked about this many times. Everyone's got a Carbonite grind unless you're a major Kraken and spend tons of money on this game. Stun guns are a pain, Carbontes are a pain. So although the character starting process is amazing, the gearing process is a little bit of an annoyance. And luckily, I don't mind it yet because I'm not at level 85 and I can't quite apply all the gear just yet. But of course, once you're at level 85, you really start feeling that pressure on the character gear grind. It is an absolute pain. So our first order's looking pretty good. So right now in the game, I'm using both the First Order and the Phoenix team for Squad Arena, as well as things like Galactic War, the hot territory battles out there. They are two solid teams to get a lot of work done out there. I prefer using First Order on the offensive and Squad Arena, and for Galactic War, I do prefer the Phoenix because the Phoenix has a much more of a marathon type of durability for things like Galactic War here. And not like it matters too much. We're almost able to sim Galactic War. We're about to get our 50th win. Not too far around the corner, but we have to hit level 85 before we can sim Galactic War. And again, come to the streams. We usually always stream our Galactic War towards the variant, so you can see me going through the little nooks and crannies and tricks with Galactic War. Eventually, Galactic War goes into your rearview mirror, and you just don't care about it anymore. But let's take a look at the legendaries we unlocked. Again, before the double shard drops, unless you bought the Hyperdrive bundle or you just whaled, it was very difficult to get a legendary quickly, yet alone multiple legendaries. The big highlight for this year was getting Emperor Palpatine within the first week of playing Galaxiers. Again, it's in that free-to-play new player playlist that we did. I haven't done too much with them. Again, gear is limited, credits are limited. Most of it's going to the First Order right now because we got to get them up and running towards Supreme Leader Kylo Ren in the long run. But we do have a functioning, more or less, Emperor Palpatine Empire lineup. Emperor Palpatine being our first legendary, and not too long after, we unlocked Grand Admiral Thrawn. And as I explained, we're almost about to get the 7 stars on Grand Admiral Thrawn, but we got to get those fuel megas on the Phoenix crew and get them up to the level 80s, and I think we'll be good to go. So 2 legendaries right here. And without really even trying, again, with this farming guide and the double shard drops, some things just happen accidentally. We unlocked R2-D2 with our 5-star Imperial team right here. We had Emperor Palpatine, Grand Moff Tarkin, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Darth Vader, and then we just had a leftover Royal Guard in there. And luckily, I really didn't need to farm these other characters here. The Bronzium packs have been so incredibly helpful to get shards for leftover characters, and I'm going to show you that today with, for example, our Grand Master Yoda that we're going to unlock towards the end of the stream. Without even trying, we're going to unlock Grand Master Yoda. That is the beauty of these double shard drop changes right here. So let me go ahead and show you our R2-D2. We unlocked that during a stream about last week. Again, not much of an immediate plan with them. Again, if gear was a bit more plentiful, I'd probably go a little bit more on these characters, but it's just nice to know you're unlocking iconic characters. And if I wanted to, I could find a home for him with, for example, the Phoenix crew out there. But right now, it's just kind of a trophy collecting dust around, but still, it's cool seeing multiple legendaries get into our roster. So that's our 3rd legendary that we unlocked in 2 months. 2 months! That we got all these legendaries. Today, we're going to be getting our Grand Master Yoda unlocked, at least hopefully. And again, Bronzium packs did a majority of the work here. I didn't farm Jedi Council on purpose. I didn't farm Barriss on purpose. Of course, Ezra and Kanan. Well, we're using them already for Grand Admiral Thrawn and unlocking Emperor Palpatine. And Basashan, I've been farming her on the ship energy nodes after I farm my Slave 1 for the day, and without even trying, we're gonna get Grand Master Yoda unlocked. So we have the bare bones for a functioning Jedi team, but of course we need to get the credits and gear applied to them. And one more thing I want to point out here, as you see right now, I have all my stuff bookmarked on what I'm farming or gearing right now. Well, this is gonna transition into our ship segment in a moment, but I have Jango Fett and Droideka here, and they're being unlocked. They're gonna be taking the 5 stars just by consequence of farming their ships. Again, ships are going to be so important, especially if you're going after Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, things like Houndstooth, Xanadu Blood, you need, and unfortunately, we've complained about this in the past, ship farming takes forever, but nonetheless, as we've been chasing, for example, the Houndstooth, we are getting our Jango Fett, and he's almost at 5 stars already, and then we got Droideka with the Xanadu Blood, and he's almost at, was that 4 stars? Yes, he's almost at 4 stars, and I think I want to, let's actually do this. Let's go ahead, before we get over the ships, I want to show you how close we're at a Padme. Now, the reason why I'm not pushing for Separatists as the first team right away, because you can't even get Padme unlocked until level 85. They patched that last year, and by the time we hit level 85, we can easily get Padme Amidala. We're for sure going to have Jango Fett at 5 stars, probably even beyond that by the time we hit level 85. Same thing with Droideka. We have a 7-star Newt Gunner just waiting to go. No sense spending the credits on him because I don't have the gear or credits to even level and gear that guy up. And then Paga the Lesser, he's going to be the next Galactic War farm that I'm going to be doing in a moment. So we're going to have 5 characters ready to unlock Padme Amidala. So I'm suspecting once we hit the level 85 in the next month or so, we're going to be level 85 and hopefully go after Padme Amidala. So that's where we are right now, 350,000 GP. So in another 2 or 3 months, we should be at 500,000 GP. The progress in terms of farming characters is a lot more satisfying compared to last year when we did this series. But since we brought up Houndstooth and Xanadu Blood, we need to talk about ships. This is the important part I want people to take away. We've emphasized this way in the beginning of this series that we did this year, and we brought up again in the farming guide that we did last month. Do not sleep on ships. Ships takes so long to farm, and you need ships to get you Zeta materials. You cannot play Galaxies without Zetas. You just can't, and you need ships to get them. And the problem is ships takes forever. Let's give you an example. Houndstooth, we're at 33 out of 25, so a 2-star unlock right here. In the time we got the Houndstooth to about 2 stars, we almost got Jango Fett to 5 stars. It really bothers me that they didn't double the blueprints of old ships in the game to farm, because it is a pain. Here's another example. I've had Kylo run unmasked at 7 stars for at least a month now, but I'm farming his node further and further and further, which is why we're putting up the Executioner as well as Veteran Smuggler Han Solo, because the ships take forever. We're 20% of the way to 7 stars, or 22 out of 100, give or take. And it's just, the ship farm is absolutely painful. And that is why I highly advocate you start farming ships as early as possible inside of Galaxy Heroes, because as you're getting to level 85, because right now I can't quite farm Zeta Mats yet, but by the time I'm at the right level with my dark side ships, again, you need 5 dark side ships at 5 stars to get Tarkin, and then you're gonna need Tarkin's capital ship at 5 stars, and then 6 ships at 5 stars to finally start farming Zeta materials. And we're getting there. It takes a bit of time because of how slow that the blueprints are to acquire, unlike their character counterparts out there. So we're gonna have a 7-star TIE Silencer soon. We have a 7-star First Order TIE Fighter, almost at a 7-star First Order Special Forces, already got our 7-star Geonosian Soldier, and Slave One takes a little bit of time to farm, but we're getting there. We're almost at 5 stars, and Vader should be unlocked, but Houndstooth, Xanadu Blood, they are going to take quite a long time to unlock here. And the other reason why I want to talk about ships, I know it's not the sexiest topic in Galaxy Heroes, but you're going to thank me if you give an early effort to ships, because 1, you'll be ready for Zetas when they come out. 2, if you're working towards Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, you're getting these ships early and you're not worrying about them last second, because this is going to be a multi-month process to get these ships up to 7 stars. But thirdly, I want to show you a story that shows you the difference between night and day. I don't care when you're starting in Galaxy Heroes. If you're a brand new player coming to Galaxy Heroes, not buying the Hyperdrive bundle, not spending any money, it is going to be nearly impossible to get into the top 100s for quite a long time until you start getting a very top-end meta team. All the top-end ranks, look, we're 852. I haven't started my climb yet. We'll get into about the 500s after our arena climb here. But as you see, this is what the top arena looks. Heck, Relic 8 Darth Revan on a 2-month-old squad arena shard. Relic 8 Jedi Knight Revan. This guy's probably close to getting Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You're not, if you're a brand new player, it's just a fact of life. You are not going to make top 50 or top 100 in squad arena for a very, very long time unless you're whaling and or getting the hyperdrive bundle. Actually, this isn't even just hyperdrive bundle. You need the whale to get Relic 8 in 2 months inside of Galaxy of Heroes. But take this rank that we're at, 852, and compare it to ships. I haven't really been trying as much. Of course, I'm farming the stuff that just happens to be coincidental with our First Order farm, and it just happens to be they make such a good starting fleet out there that without even trying, even some days when I don't do my fleet arena climb, I never fall out of the top 100 in ships. It's very satisfying being able to make top 50 in Galaxy Heroes. Free to play ships, in my opinion, is going to be probably your best way to get more crystals. Of course, you got to get top 50. Unlike Squad Arena, you don't need to be top 50 to get crystals. You do need to be top 50 in fleets to get crystals, but still, all these ship materials right here come in handy. Then once I make my climb and get into top 50, you're getting extra crystals in your inventory to start feeding more energy into your roster out there. So again, I just want to make a big important note. If you're getting demotivated because the squad arena ships I don't care if you're spending $0 new player or you're spending a lot of money. There's also hyperdrive bundles in here, and we're able to be competitive because of our fleet. Let me show you the fleet we're rocking with, and then we'll go ahead, hop into the Grand Master Yoda event. Right now, we're starting with a full, how about we just do a battle? Let's just do a battle real quick and show you what we have there. Ship credits. I wish there was a little bit more. It's kind of hard to level up these fleets as much as I'd like to. We're kind of working with what we have, but man, the first order fleet is incredibly powerful with Grand Moff Tarkin. Of course, we're getting our stuns resisted. We're going to go all in. Of course, we're getting dodged now, but let's just plow on through. Lots of dodges coming from this rebel fleet right now. We're going to go ahead and I guess we're going to have to take the brunt end of the force here. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and try to catch up now. Man, what a horrible opening for a fleet exemplar, but nonetheless, we'll just keep on pushing through. We're gonna do our basic, try to push on through. We're not above 50% Terminator right there, so we're just gonna do a big hit right there. 25,000. We're gonna have to eat up the ability block right there. All right, who you bringing in? Ooh, IG-11. You don't see that too often here, but that stun comes in handy. All right, let's do this. We're gonna bring in our Genosian soldier, trying to get some assists in here because we got to start knocking out some ships out of here. Nope, of course, lots of dodges. That's how fleets work. I'm not a big advocate of fleets in terms of enjoyment. However, they are just so important for progression inside of Galaxy of Heroes. Oh, all right. There's no sense going after that guy. Let's just go ahead, do a double tap there. Beautiful, great hit. I love the first order TIE Fighter, both the character as well. Ooh, can we get a stun? Maybe should it? Let's I know, let's do it. Oh, come on, what? Not a single stun. What is wrong with you, Kylo? Oh, Kylo's just having a rough day, guys. You just got to cut him a little bit of slack. Let's go ahead, try to get him out. We'll get the foresight. All right, we got the foresight. Wow, they're putting out a horrible performance out there. Well, believe me, there's a reason why we're top 50 inside of Fleet Arena because of all these first order ships. Yes, we're kind of experiencing some technical inconveniences. They're barely an inconvenience at the end of the day. Let's just go ahead and clear up that foresight right there. All right, let's see. Can we get a counterattack? Lovely, lovely. Oh, let's get a stun on this Xanadu blood. Holy cow! What is your problem? Can someone take out Sabine Wren, please? Oh my gosh, you guys are putting on a miserable performance right now. Holy cow. All right, well, apparently this was not the day to show a fleet battle, but at least you can see the struggles of playing in fleet every single day. Some days they might just not be on your side. Can we get a stun? All right, I'll take the kill. Thank you. Better late than never, I suppose. Right, guys? All right, let's go ahead. We're going to double tap Xanadu Blood. Hopefully. Oh, single tap out of her. So even with the minor inconveniences, hopefully we can still pull off a successful win here. They're going to do a double. Oh, boy, we need to get the. All right, they actually get the job done. Oh, come on! Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Everyone with me. Breathe in. And breathe out. So long story short, even with that lovely display of fleets, point being is first order with Tarkin gets the job done. I'm able to make top 50 comfortably inside of Fleet Arena. Big resources heading our way as a result. And I just want to kind of quickly highlight what we're currently farming in the various stores as of now. Right now, I've already farmed my first order TIE Fighter out of here and the first order TIE Pilot. So right now, we're just kind of keeping an eye out for a few things. Since we can't farm Zeta Mats, I'm trying to look for Slave 1, TIE Advance, that show up here. And if Darth Vader shows up right in this slot, I'll nab some Darth Vader shards. Otherwise, I'm kind of hoarding my currency. So once we do get access to Zetas, I can start buying Zetas afterwards. Inside of the Guild event store, when we complete our hot territory battles, I'm using my currency solely for stun guns, as well as Carbantes and stun cuffs, because we need a lot of them, and that's really the only way to alleviate the crutch until we get updated daily challenges. In our Galactic War Store, we finished our Genosian Soldier, we finished our First Order TIE Fighter, and we also already finished our Captain Phasma, and we finished, what else did we finish here? I believe that's all and our Zeb, of course. That's their first farm we got to do. Right now, we're farming Cad Bane. Since we just finally got the Xanadu Blood unlocked, we're going to take Cad Bane all the way up to 7 stars. Galactic War farms go incredibly quickly. They're only like a 1 to 2 week farm. And then afterwards, we're going to start farming our Poggle the Lesser so we can just maybe get our Separatists ready for once level 85 to get Padme Amidala. Squad Arena. First 2 farms, if you're following my path, Kanan and Jarrus, and then Grand Moff Tarkin afterwards. Really after that, because of the fact that you're farming characters so quickly, faster than the gear and the credits that you can get to support those characters, we are just kind of farming characters that are going to be logically needed sometime soon, but we're not getting the 7 stars. For example, we already got our Newt Gunner to 7 stars, but we're not going to get him to 7 stars because it's just too many credits. And right now we're getting our HK-47. the 7 stars, and maybe afterwards, you know, we'll start farming some other things like maybe Asajj Ventress or Princess Leia. Again, you don't have to worry about the exact order of squadron farms if you're a free-to-play player. The first 2 farms are the most important because those are going to be the most immediate ones. After that, you can kind of go in a logical order, whatever you see fit. Again, follow the farming guide so you can plan ahead. At some point down the road, we want to get Darth Revan. So we are farming HK47 now. But again, I started this farm about last week, and he's almost at 7 stars already. Guild Event Store, we have been solely using our currency to get the First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter, and that's almost at 7 stars. And you might be asking, Arnold, what's the plan after you have him at 7 stars? Well, I'm thinking 2 ways. 1, we might start getting Dengar early. We might actually pass in that, though. What I'm really striving for, because I need to get my First Order and all those legendaries geared up, I'm going to start using my currency for some Carbantes and stun cuffs inside of here, and stun guns if possible as well. So that's kind of the plan there. Of course, all these other characters are great, but I think for the immediate future, after we get our 7-star First Order Special Forces, which has been taking forever to farm, we're going to try to focus on gear. Here we go with our Cantinas battles. What we're doing right now is we're farming Boba Fett, the 7 stars that pair along with that slave one, and helpful for the credit heist and other scoundrel-based events inside the game. Afterwards, kind of a coin toss. First Order Officer, that's, again, credits are kind of in short supply right now in Galaxy of Heroes for brand new players because of how fast you're getting characters out there. But chances are afterwards we'll probably farm things like Old Daka or Ahsoka Tano 5s. Again, you're going to get this currency so quickly, you don't have to worry about the exact order. The first few farms are the most important because you need to get those starting teams up and running. And then, of course, we're picking these up every single day. Now, really quickly as well, before we get into the Grand Master Yoda event, I wanted to show what we're farming on the battles. Now, this is a long-term project, but with my fleet energy, I'm farming Slave 1. Again, we need it for not just Millennium Falcon, but we need it to try to get our Zetas and getting those dark side ships all ready to go. We're farming Bastila with our leftover ship energy for the day. And then after her, what I like to do with my leftover energy is I'm always needing either stuff like this right here, or I'm needing the holo projectors that you see right here. So that's where the leftover energy is going at the end of the day for fleet battles. And then, of course, you saw with my normal energy, we're farming Hux, we're farming Sith Trooper, we're farming the Droideka, Xanadu Blood, and Jango Fett, and the Hound's Tooth in that regard. And then lastly, Cantina Farm, I already showed you. We're farming our First Order TIE Silencer, and then we're going to finish up the veteran smuggler Han Solo, as well as the First Order Executioner. All right, man, a lot of stuff to update you guys on with this free-to-play counter. How about you and I make a little trip over to Grand Master Yoda again without even trying? We're going to get Grand Master Yoda unlocked, and there might be even a chance that down the road, as our Bronzium packs keep pulling more Counselor shards, or Barra shards, or Ahsoka Tano shards, or Mace Windu shards, we might even get Grand Master Yoda without even trying, assuming Ezra and Kanan can carry us all the way. Little pro tip, even if you're not going to unlock a legendary, as you start getting characters to 1, 2, 3, 4 stars, I highly recommend you do the tiers, even if you might not unlock them. I did these tiers weeks ago, but the reason why I did that is because every tier gives you 50 crystals and a good chunk of credits. So a little pro tip I want to remind you guys about. I've mentioned it before, but I figure it's worth bringing up again. So here we go. Give an air horn. Here's the team we're rocking with. Gear level 1, level 1. Gear level 2, level 40. Gear level 1, level 1. And then we got Ezra Bridger and Kanan, hopefully going to be able to carry this home all the way for us. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, because here's the thing. If you're an endgame player, there's not always a lot to do in the game like days like today. So it's really fun going back in time and playing these events. All right, Grandmaster Yoda opening up. How about we just take that away from you? All right, Grandmaster Yoda going to tip-tap. Oh, boy, he's taking out the big guns already. Let's go. Get the taunt up. Kanan should be able to say, all right, looking good. We're going to pop it over. Kanan gets the protection up and one. Not quite yet. Let's get that force it off. Come on, Counselor, get the finishing blow. Not quite there yet. Oh, you know, why are we overthinking this? Let's just get the offense down and do the basic. And there we go. We got our 4th legendary character. Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across the galaxy. Now, again, remember, some point down the road, once we get our First Order to 7 stars, we're going to start farming the rest of the Jedi Knight Revan requirements. And Jedi Revan is kind of a low-hanging fruit legendary character, and we, at some point, will be using Grandmaster Yoda in our future Jedi Knight Revan team. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids, let's wrap up this video. Open up the volume for the Grandmaster unlocking sound, and there we go! Ah! It's satisfying seeing these big milestone occasions for new accounts out there. Hopefully, again, I want to emphasize, thank you guys so much for supporting this 2021 free-to-play new player series. Hopefully you as well. If you're a new player and have been finding this series helpful, I thought it would have been fun today just to give you a little bit of a more in-depth update on where we are right now inside of Star Wars Galaxies in 2021. Long story short, man, it feels amazing to see the accelerated character shards get you so many teams and legendaries as fast as possible. Leave a like on your way out. Thank you as always for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I thought it was something a little bit different, something I don't normally always do, but I thought, you know what, today might be a good time to show you a lot of the progress we've made and some extra tips for all those newer players out there. Like, comment down below, and subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And I'm gonna see all you lovely ladies and gentlemen in the next video. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Gary, can you roll out the outro? Peace out.